And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Sheep Ludes. How you doing? It's Thursday. Time to go over the leaks. Hooray. I'm in a solid mood. You ready to see my Christmas present that I got from my mother this year? Yes. Do you know what this is? This is from the greatest 2000s, I guess, crime movie of all time. No, not The Departed. No, no, no. Shadas. Yes. Shout out to Etsy. Anyhow, let's go through the new content that we're getting in NBA 2K23 My Team tomorrow. First things first, we got our second to last card for the holiday thing in Michael Redd. He's good. People say he sucks. I think he's kind of fun to use, so I don't really care what anyone has to say about that. Tomorrow we do get Bam Adebayo. He is available tomorrow, which should be pretty cool. Is he going to be the greatest power forward in the world? No. He looks fine. I'll take a look at him while we look at the rest of the cards. So first thing we got is the New Year's resolutions. We got a new Season 3 set. So all of these are New Year's resolution Evos. So they're all going to do something that the player is not normally good at, which is kind of cool. So the reward cards are going to be Larry Nance Jr. and Harrison Barnes, which is just like, I have to assume that there's just a dartboard somewhere in the 2K offices, like whatever department handles like content rollout, and there's just like a dartboard with random names up there, and they just blindly throw darts and whatever names it hits, that's who's going to be the lock-in for these. Like, I just don't believe these are planned out in any way, shape, or form. I can't buy it. Personally, there's no way. Like, there's no possible way that these are planned out. I just don't see how that's possible. Either way, we got David Thompson, the Skywalker, in the mix, too. I don't know. It's probably shooting, I would assume. Honestly, the select lock-ins haven't been good probably since Season 1 with Brown and Jokic, so I don't have a whole lot of hope for those, but still kind of cool. Harrison Barnes, maybe he'll be okay. I don't know what his whole deal is. Larry Nance is going to be able to shoot, so maybe he'll be okay. I don't really have faith that these are going to be gas either. Like, I feel like these ones really haven't been good since Moses Malone. You could argue Fernando Martin was solid, but that jump shot is just unusable. I'm really going to be looking at the lower overall cards in this set, like Nicholas Claxton that can shoot at a ruby. That should be really solid, right? Defensive Kevin Huerter at an amethyst. That should be fun. Bones Highland that can do whatever it is that they're going to make him do. I don't know. Shooting Jakob Podol. Like, stuff like that should be a fun time. This Hassan Whiteside that doesn't look like Hassan Whiteside that maybe will be able to shoot. Just stuff like that's going to be huge. Also, can we talk about why Thanasis is playing power forward center? Did they confuse him with Costas? I feel like they confused him with Costas. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Who wants a diamond shooting Clint Capella, man? Whoever's been asking for that, you got it. Either way, I mean, I like the core concept. I think it's cool. There should be some really interesting, like, golds that emerald into emeralds in here. Or that Evo into emeralds in here. So that should be fun. That's kind of what I'm more excited about in the New Year's resolution set. I don't know. Cool concept, in my opinion. You may not agree. Tomorrow's pack drop details coming in 1 hour. Whew. It's been longer than that. First card up. Bulls legend Luol Deng. And he can play a shooting guard. This is huge. The reason I say that is he's probably going to be relatively inexpensive. This doesn't at all look like Luol Deng, like in any way, shape, or form. This looks like an auto-generated player that's in a draft class that you don't have access to. This does not look like Luol Deng in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry to say. It's like if you have this, and it's like, you know, it doesn't look like Luol Deng, just don't include it in the picture, but whatever. It is what it is. You can make the argument. I mean, it kind of looks like Luol Deng. It just doesn't all the way look like Luol Deng. It's whatever, though. I'm just excited that my homie Luol is in the game this year. We got Artest and Luol. That is exciting. Truly. Luol Deng should be interesting, so I have his old card pulled up here from 2K20. It's the last time we saw the homie Luol Deng, which, by the way, is sacrilegious to give us a Miami Heat Luol Deng. Like, what is this? Why did they do this? 2 Miami Heat Luol Dengs this year. Not a Bulls one. No. 2 separate Miami Heat Luol Dengs. Despicable, truly. 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan at the shooting guard at this stage. That's huge. Like that, I don't know if we have a bigger shooting guard than Luol Deng right now. He might be the biggest shooting guard, period. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting about someone, but I don't think there's anyone above 6'9" at shooting guard right now. So he's going to be the biggest shooting guard, period, which Size isn't everything, he said, knowing full well what he's saying. It depends on a lot of factors. There's no real way to tell you exactly, or not even exactly, but like roughly what to expect from Luol Deng, because the last time we saw him was in 2K20, and it's a radically different world out here. I will say typically he gets Joe Ingles' base, which is jump shot 36. So he typically will share a base with like Dumars, Joe Ingles, Patrick Beverly, etc. Hornacek, Doug Christie, all these guys typically had the same release, but they kind of split them up this year. So I'm interested to see what jump shot he has. I don't think any of these guys really have terrible jump shots. So any of these cards that they kind of roll with, it wouldn't be bad. Like Dumar's jump shot is really, really good, actually. I like it a lot. Patrick Beverly's I don't think I've used, but I have to assume it's terrible as per usual, just not quite as bad. Hornacek sucks, though. I hate Hornacek's jumper. Christie's is fire. Remember Czech Diallo? That was the homie, dude. Is he still in the league? Doubt it. Anyways, Luol Deng should be all right. I'm excited just to have him. We're a Keith Bogans away from getting the entirety of the 2010-2011 Bulls. And that is exciting. Straight up. Like, I just need Keith Bogans in here. You can just give me a New Year's resolution, Keith Bogans. Just let me have, like, a little sapphire, dude. Keith Bogans sucked that year anyway for us, so it doesn't matter. Everyone else we got, though. We got Boozer. We got Keem. We got Rose. Yeah, Luol Deng was the only missing piece here. Next up, we got Pink Diamond Paolo Banchero, who can play small forward. This is just God tier Aaron Gordon. Like, that's what this is. This is straight up God tier Aaron Gordon right here. Like, this is going to be horrendous. Also, hollows on these card arts, man, they are about to pop. Paolo should be dumb. I mean, he was everybody's power forward in season 1 for a reason. I ran into a Paolo like last week still. Like, that's crazy to me. The only reason people stopped using him is he couldn't upgrade his badges. That's it. Either way, that Paolo Banchero release, crisp. Like, fantastic release. Very fast. Playing the small forward and being that he's going to have appropriate shooting badges and, like, shooting statistics, he's going to be an absolute demon. He had Michael Jordan dribble style. Like, he had Curry's behind the back. He was already pretty cracked for his time. His player build is massive. Now he's going to have hot zones, increased shooting statistics, and increased shooting badges. Whew. I would expect him to not have the greatest shooting badges in the world, and I would expect things like limitless range to not be able to be added to him, but still, I mean, if he has, like, all of these on minimum gold, like catch and shoot, Claymore, Green Machine, volume shooter on gold, or even Hoff, and then they just give him a few other badges like corner specialist, or guard up, or like slippery off ball, he's going to be a nightmare. This card is going to be stupid. Like, 6'10", 7-foot wingspan. He looks bigger than most centers, too. Like, he is going to be ridiculous. I don't know what his price is going to settle at, though. That's kind of the weird one. He is a hyped player, so I don't know. You know? Next up, we got what we all kind of knew was coming, which is Pink Diamond D-Rob. I mean, first off, I don't know why they made D-Rob look like this. Like, why does he look like Stonehenge, dude? Oh, my God. Why did they do him like this? These screenshots on the side, they should just stop putting them because they always make the players look so doofy. I swear. D-Rob's good. Like, his release is fire. I use Maggette constantly, so maybe that's kind of a personal bias, but I love this release on Maggette. I have to assume on D-Rob it's just fine. I would say, though, that this is pretty accurate for what we're going to get. Like, he's going to have Embiid dribble style. He's not really going to be dribbling, which is fine. I don't have any issue with it. He'll have, I think, 1 more or 2 more Hoff badges in addition to this. But this card right here, this free agent card, is probably a pretty good indication of what we're getting. Like, he'll have an additional Hoff, like, post playmaker, probably, I would assume, or like a defensive badge here and there. And then they'll probably give him like gold quick first step or clamp breaker and stuff too. He'll have an increase in gold badges for sure. But I mean, this free agent already had 6 Hoffs, 21 gold. So I can't imagine this card is going to be that much different from what we're going to be expecting tomorrow. They're basically just going to buff up a few stats, increase some gold badges, add some silvers and bronzes probably in the mix too, and allow you to increase badges. Like, he's not going to have limitless range. Debatable on if they're going to allow you to add it. If they don't, he should be within a nice price range. But if they do, oof, it's going to be rough. Either way, a badged up D-Rob is going to sell for a lot. It's going to be stupid, to be honest. And then we got the final. We all knew this was coming. Galaxy Opal, Stephen Curry. I mean, this is Curry right here, 6'3", 6'3". Like, people still use Pink Diamond Curry from day one, which is kind of wild when you really think about it. When you really sit back and think about it, it's nuts. The card itself is probably not going to change too much. Like, I can't imagine. Like, he'll have increased tendencies. They'll probably give him, like, blinders and maybe, like, Green Machine, like an additional Hoff or two for shooting. He'll probably have a bunch of Hoffs for shooting. He might have every single Hoff, honestly. Space Creator's definitely going to be above a silver for sure. And then Quick First Step will be increased as well, so he'll probably have some more playmaking badges. And then I don't think he's going to have any Hoff defensive badges, but he'll have pretty much all of them that are necessary gold. The one that might be missing from him is Challenger. They've been giving everybody Anchor, so I expect him to have at least gold Anchor too, but he'll probably be missing like Challenger or something. Finishing badges, obviously not really going to be great. He'll probably have like a 75 or an 80 driving dunk as well. Everything else is going to be the same. I don't foresee them changing dribble style or anything of that nature. What you see with Steph is what you get. He is going to be the exact same as the Pink Diamond from a animation standpoint. He's just going to be much better movement-wise and much better stats-wise. Like, his interior defense will be the one thing that they really buff up. Like that, the perimeter defense will probably be higher, and then defensive tendencies overall are probably what they're going to, kind of focus on for the most part. I like this thing that he does. Just taking a little nappy nap. Anyways, let's go test some jump shots. I mean, these are all jump shots that we used all year, but regardless, let's go take a look. We'll start with D-Rob here. D-Rob. Maggetti's one of those, like, I don't know, because I remember the first day I got Maggetti, I was like, you know what, dude, this release is super clean. Like, pretty much off rip, I've enjoyed this release quite a bit. So it's not really weird. I don't know what my sliders are on. I think they're on All-Star. It's fine. Let's put it on Hoff. So I don't think the release, granted, obviously I'm used to it because he's been my bench shooting guard for the better part of the last month. So I use Maggetti a lot. So the release isn't exactly unfamiliar to me. But I remember the very first day I got this card, I was like, yo, this release is gas. And the fact that it's coming off a big man will be ridiculous. Like, he'll have the best release out of any center. Better than Kristaps, better than any center that can actually shoot, I think Bol actually has the best release in my opinion, but that's personal preference. Either way, I mean, D-Rob's not going to be dribbling, but he's going to be the perfect kind of 3-and-D center, So if you're looking for someone to set really effective screens, be able to crack wide open jump shots with a very easy to time jumper and bang in the interior and play excellent defense, if I didn't say that already, then he's your man, Paolo's an interesting one. I feel like majority of people watching this have used Paolo Banchero at some point. I feel like we all have. If you've been playing since day one, you've used Paolo. And it's funny, too, because his jump shot doesn't feel nearly as fast as it used to. Like, when we first got Paolo, I would be willing to wager he had one of the fastest releases in the game at that time. Besides, like, I think Curry's was pretty fast too, but when we first got Paolo, his release was cracked. And as you can see, like, obviously I used Paolo for a while. Like, I'm still greening the jump shot. He's going to be a terror. Like, he's probably going to be the best small forward in the game, or at least one of them. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that. I mean, look at how huge this person is, dude. And he has a lightning fast jump shot, and he's going to be able to bang in the interior. Like, oh, man. Paolo's going to be cracked, dude. I'm so scared, actually, for him to come out, because I feel like he's going to be so expensive that, oh, my God. I mean, this jump shot is lethal. I will say that Tim Thomas is probably still going to be the best small forward in the game. I kind of forget he exists for the most part because he's so out of my, like, realm of picking up. But I don't know, though, at the same time, because Paolo has dribble sigs. Like, Paolo has the dribble sigs as well. Is he as good as Tim Thomas? I'll have to look and see what they do with him, see if they change anything. But he's got Michael Jordan dribble style. He can move. Like, he can do a lot of things. So I don't know. It's actually kind of tough. He might not necessarily be the best small forward in the game, but he'll be up there. I would say no question he's going to be top 3 just based on what he's got going on alone. The fact that he can even play small forward is cracked, dude. Like, that jump shot is nice. I have no idea, by the way, what they're going to do with Maggetti. And then obviously Curry. Curry's got Curry base. I mean, we've all kind of used, they've released 19 Currys this year already, so we've all probably used a Curry in some capacity. Whether it be the first 3 that came out the first day, the Sapphire, the Emerald, like, free agent Curry. Like, we've all used a Curry this year. So, I mean, it's not really shocking that he's good, you know? I am kind of on Curry's jump shot. It's weird. Like, I've used Curry enough that I can green it, but I've never felt like he had the best jumper in the game, which is interesting. It's very easy to green, though. I just don't think it's really that fast. But then again, if you're a three-point hunter, I mean, Jesus Christ, there's no one better, obviously. Which, you know, points for realism. That's how it should be. Really. The market is interesting. I don't know if any of these cards necessarily tank out the market for anyone specifically. I wish I knew what kind of SIGs to expect from Luol Deng, though. I really do. Like, I would say the number one person that'll take a hit would be Shaq. Shaq would be the first person that I think would take a hit because D-Rob is obviously going to be the superior big man. So to be like D-Rob and Kareem will definitely take a hit for sure, because I feel like D-Rob is just going to do the things that those guys do, but then also bring a little bit more shooting, or shooting at all in Shaq's case, which will definitely be beneficial. So I feel like there's absolutely no point to be running Kareem or Shaq over D-Rob, because D-Rob's just going to do everything these two guys do, but it's just going to be better all around. Other guys that are going to fall off in price, Paul George. I would say anybody who's still using Paul George at the 3, they're probably going to make the move to Banchero. I don't think, if I'm saying that correctly, by the way, I don't know, dude. I was going to say Paolo. I know I can say that correctly. So Paul George is probably going to fall off. I mean, I don't know if anyone else is really going to fall off. I mean, I don't think people who have Tim Thomas obviously can't sell Tim Thomas. So, like DeMar, I might fall off in price a little bit. So you might be able to get Tim Thomas for a bit cheaper, but I mean, it's still going to run you quite a bit. I mean, DeMar's still running about 500-600K at this point from what I've seen. At the bare minimum, you're paying $450. And Kareem's probably still going to cost you 150K. So, I mean, you're paying 500K for sure. Then you got to go buy all the diamonds and stuff. So, I don't know. If you want to make that move, you can. It's not like Tim Thomas is going to be bad by any means. It's still going to be very usable. Probably the best small forward in the game, depending on what Paolo's looking like. But I don't think he affects the price of DeMar specifically in any way, shape, or form. Now, other than that, Luol Deng is going to be an interesting case, because if Luol Deng comes out and he's really good, he could affect the price of some guys. Oh, well, other guys that will drop a bit will be like Dwight Howard and Hakeem. Now, D-Rob can't play power forward. That's kind of big, because that doesn't hurt the value of Dwight Howard all that much. Thank God. D-Rob at power forward would be a nightmare, straight up. Like, I would not enjoy that whatsoever. But I really don't think they drop the price. And as far as Curry, I mean, I don't think he really hurts the price of anyone anyway, specifically. Giannis would be one to be kind of looking at. I still feel like people will run him at power forward next to Banchero, though, if Banchero really is that guy. So I don't think he really drops off too much either. I don't think Curry really hurts anyone's pricing, though. Like, just because Curry's so radically different than the other point guards we have available, that I don't think he really hurts the price of anyone specifically. I mean, other Curry, obviously, but, you know, that's basically it. There's going to be a lot of Currys up tonight. I mean, should you go buy them? No, not necessarily. Unless you see one with, like, you know, 12 Hoff badges, you know, you could probably get away with that one to a certain extent, but whatever. It's probably not good to go pick them up. But it's just always interesting to kind of look, because we're still at the stage where we're getting such, well, now they're starting to recycle content a little bit, so you can actually see directly new cards hurting the value of old cards. But before, it's just kind of like we're in uncharted waters, so you just don't really know. Like a guy like Luol Deng, I can't look at Luol Deng and be like, okay, he's going to hurt the value of, oh, I don't know, dude, like Rudy Gay, because I don't know. Like, I truly have no idea if he's going to hurt the value of somebody like that. Or like Gervin. Gervin would be a good example. Is Gervin 6'9"? No, Gervin's 6'7", and he looks this big. So just assume that Luol Deng's going to look even bigger. Like, you just don't know, because what is Luol Deng going to be like? Like, he might look good on paper, but then we get him tomorrow and he has the worst SIGs in the game. Like, we just don't know. So, as always, it's been your friend Sheep Ludes. Thank you for coming to watch my video. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. If you haven't already, watch The Offer on Paramount Plus. Really good. It's about the making of The Godfather. I'm very entranced by the story. So, peace.